Hey guys, how's it going today? Random Andrew here. Hope you guys are having a great day out there. It has been raining on and off here today, but like St. Thomas is weird that way. It could be pouring down rain, just pouring rain out there, and then next thing you know, boom, sun is shining, and then more rain, and then more sun. When meanwhile, everywhere else around St. Thomas is just continual rain. Could be to do with we're up on top of a hill or something, or some kind of gravity, electrostatic gravitational force field, or some kind of science mumbo jumbo like that. I don't like doing the quote thing too often, but I don't call it mumbo jumbo, so I have to quote somebody else to call it mumbo jumbo. Correct? Yeah, anyhow. You guys enjoy that vlog yesterday? If you did, if you didn't catch it, it was a return to the Elgin Mall. Had been back there with you guys since Daily Random Vlog number 1. You go back to the way back to the beginning of this playlist, this Daily Random Vlog playlist, and you'll see that's the last time I actually went through the mall with you guys. Now there's so many changes and stuff going on. I think it might be a good idea to just go back regularly. We'll just occasionally do a walkthrough, or we'll start doing live streams going through the mall. Wouldn't that be neat? Those are things to come. St. Thomas, there's a lot of stuff to show of this town. And I do have some of you subscribers who used to live here years ago but do not anymore, or used to come to St. Thomas. So I figure maybe if we even do a week by week walkthrough, block by block of St. Thomas, and we can do history rollbacks, temporal flashbacks of sorts, and show you guys how it used to look here years ago. In case you're wondering, I'm watching my cat. He's watching birds out the window. Psst, psst. What are you doing? Hey, if you're gonna be over here watching the birds, be careful you don't mess up the parts, alright? Oh, you're gonna now. Thanks, bud. He's pretty delicate about it. Anywho, right now, I'm actually waiting for a guy named Dennis to show up, who is driving his motorcycle from Cambridge all the way up to St. Thomas. Good day for it. It's 13 degrees, except the rain has been on and off. Dennis, buddy, if you catch this vlog, you're a trooper, dude. You are a trooper. I mean, Dennis sent me videos of him going out in the winter, riding his bike with his RC, bungeed to the back end of his motorcycle. That is a dedicated RC addict right there. So yeah, if he's okay with being on the vlog, maybe I'll introduce you guys to him. But he's coming for a set of tires today that he really, really wants. I'd say so. He's riding a motorcycle, knowing the chance of rain, and like it is raining, so he's probably soaked by now. But man, what a trooper! That is awesome. Well, bit of an update. Dennis sent me a message. He made it as far as Simcoe. Guessing he probably went and hit up one of my favorite hobby shops, South Coast Hobbies, and he said it was just pouring sheets of rain down there. And I tried telling him, you know, like, chill for a couple minutes, wait, sun is on the way. Like, but they also were on a time restrictive thing too. So yeah, riding a motorcycle in the rain, I definitely probably wouldn't have even started. But I mean, on the other hand, look at it out there now. The road is dry, the sun is shining, the sky is blue. I may even go for a bike ride myself once I finish up what I'm working on. And here's what I'm working on. Clifford. So, I told you guys yesterday, I tore the diff apart. Figured out that it wasn't the diff at all, so that's all got to go back together. This whole rear end's got to go back together. But at least I get a chance to grease it while it's apart, maybe? I don't know. There's a positive side to it somewhere. Was definitely in the transmission. Transmission's fixed. Everything's good that way. About ready to put the motor mounting plate, the blue plate, and that on my slipper, and then it can all go back in. And it needs a cleaning in there anyways. So, the transmission gears. There are many, many sets of bearings inside the Summit transmission. It's a 2-speed transmission. There's your little gear selector piece. The 2 bearings I blew are right around this steel gear here, because it's a combination of steel and plastic gears. That one's metal, that one's metal, that one's plastic, that one's plastic, that one's plastic. But it works. So yeah, it was these 2, what are they, 5x11 ball bearings. and I've replaced them already, but this is what happened. That's what condition they came out in. That's not a condition, that's toast. So Clifford, yes, Clifford will be back going. I'll probably just run him with the DeWalt motor for now, even though it's really, really hard on the drivetrain. I would rather just go back to a couple 775 motors, you know, like have a couple so that when one goes I can just replace it. Yeah, TRAXXAS kind of went weak on those, and I wish those had had some kind of replaceable brushes, because you only ever lose one. So you could take apart 2 bunk motors and build one. I don't know. Anyhow, I think I'm going to finish putting Clifford back together. I got to put a servo in Craig's truck because his high torque Futaba servo, done. Doesn't work anymore. We found that out this afternoon. So I think I just might go for a bike ride this afternoon. I mean, it's nice out now. Dun da da da. Clifford is back together. Just got to charge up some batteries, throw some wheels on. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to beat daylight. It's 6:15 right now. In order to get everything charged and together, I don't think I'll have it by daytime, but this means you guys got a good Clifford video coming up soon. Tranny's fixed. Those bearings were pooched. Luckily I had a couple of those. Actually, Richard Tanner, thank you. Those bearings you sent me just saved Clifford's life. Yeah, thank you, bro. I really appreciate that. So, didn't get to go for my bike ride because I got wrapped up in working on Clifford. This truck means a lot to me. I don't know if you stayed and watched all of yesterday's video, but I kind of explained. I've got a lot of time, a lot of hard work and frustration. I'm not even thinking about the money that's gone into building this truck, just the fact that I love this truck and it's down. So, not down for much longer. Clifford he's looking mighty good. Now, as for Craig's other servo, because his Futaba servo died, I'm going to end up putting one of my high torque servos in it. So, Craig, you really, really got to get a servo ASAP. Maybe just when we get a little extra, or when you get a little extra, I should say. We'll just take a rip up to a close hobby shop, grab a servo, and be done with it. Unless somebody else in the group has a brand new waterproofed, high torque, metal geared servo, they can sell it to Craig for cheap to keep him going. Because I'm running out of extra parts, but I got to keep my brother going. That is just as important, you know what I mean? That is. So, on that note, I'm going to get back to working on Clifford, get these batteries charging, and maybe I'll get to go out for a run tonight at some point. We'll see. We'll see. Update. Well, Clifford is alive again. And you know what? I think I was having that tranny problem for longer, well longer than I was ever aware. Ew, it's so clean before, and look at the mud. It happens. But, let me tell you. If you have something robbing the power, causing extra friction, extra drag on your driveline, and then you get rid of it, I mean, like, I know I got rid of it. This thing moves at a good speed. Now, the motor is still getting a little warm, but I was just running it pretty much full throttle the whole time. Donuts galore, trying to flip it over on a curb. Literally, you hit the curb dead on and then pop up with some throttle, and yeah, backflips. So it was a lot of fun. You could tell I actually squashed my fan. Aha! Those of you who are newer to the channel and who've never seen the walkthrough of Clifford before, my best recommendation would be to go back and check it out. But this here, this is an Xbox 360 fan, and I want you to take a look at the wiring real quick. This is I suppose you could call it a 4-pole fan. It's actually supposed to use 3 different inputs of power. No, okay, so 4-pole is not a good example. It uses multiple different inputs of power, 1 ground, 3 different positives, so that the Xbox can run it at multiple speeds. I could be wrong. It could be actually multiple coils. Anyways, I only hooked up through the 2 that would make it run the fastest, and I run it off of a 3-cell lithium-ion battery that I made myself. It's actually charging properly now, so I didn't abandon it. You see the plug here for balance charging. It took a couple tries to really get this battery where I wanted it, but now it's good. It's good. Runs this fan, it'll run lights, it does the whole 9 yards. This fan, having it mounted here, up inside of the body, instead of mounting it just to one side of the engine, the air is actually hitting the whole thing, getting around both sides of the engine, plus cooling the speed controller. That's good. That's awesome. You want that. The cooler it runs, the longer it holds its power. Plus, if it runs hot, you end up getting carbon buildup on the commutator. Your brushes seem like they get weak. Just some advice, you know, nobody has to do any of that. I mean, it helps. And if you guys can bear with me for a quick second. Oh, shoot, I can't show you because I took the end off of this. My underglow. I'm not sure why I did that, but I did. And my lighting for the top. I think what I got in there, 4 red lights right now. Yeah, they light up red. The red LEDs. But apparently I'm missing a plug on there too. Clifford will have all his lighting redone because he's got 2 bumper lights, 2 marker lights. He's got altogether 4 tail lights and underglow lighting. But you know what? I'd rather just play with the dang thing and have it running 100%. Put my focus into keeping it running 100%. Lighting is great. Lighting's cool on the little trucks. But it's a real pain in the butt, let me tell you. Especially when you get out there in sub-zero temperatures and that wire casing gets brittle, cracks, breaks. And then you spend all your time fiddling with lights and lights are just simply aesthetic, which means visually appealing. It doesn't make the truck go any better. It's like putting all those fancy graphics down the side of the cars in the 90s. You know, they didn't make your car go any quicker. Or the giant spoiler on the back of cars that really didn't benefit from having a huge spoiler like that. Sure, it looks pretty, but it doesn't help it any. So I'm putting all my focus into just keeping things running right now. I don't have much of a budget to be doing that, so all the extra I get that I can put into these is going into keeping them running good, not making them look better. And on that note, keeping things running good, I've been doing a lot of thinking to this whole bus life thing. It is something that I am going to do at some point in my life. It just might be a couple years. I've got a lot of other things on my plate that I want to tackle before then. One is getting a huge start on random audio video. You'll see more of that as time goes on. I think so. Anyhow, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate your support. Sub if you're not subscribed. Click like if you liked. And share if you know where to share, right? Yeah. Think positive, stay positive, keep a smile on your face. We'll see you here tomorrow. Good night. Vlog over.